Hello guys, welcome back to yet another video. So we are back with the in-depth review of OnePlus 8 series, which recently got the update of OxygenOS 13.1.0.581. So I've used this device for almost 3 days now and will tell you guys what are the bugs present and other stuff. First of all, if you guys are new to this channel, my name is Ashok and we mostly do OS reviews. We also cover custom ROMs along with new gadgets. So if you like our content, make sure to subscribe to our channel. So here you can see this is my OnePlus 8, which is running on the latest build of OxygenOS 13.1, which is version .581. And as always, before any review video, we create a community post in which we ask you guys about what all things to be more focused on, like battery segment, etc. And the same thing we'll be doing in this video. We'll cover general stability, battery part, camera, gaming, and we'll also take a few important questions from that particular community post. So in that community post, we got around 682 votes and the maximum votes were given to battery segment. So we'll talk about the battery segment also. I'll tell you guys how much SOT I'm getting on this device. But before moving ahead, let's take up few questions which you guys posted in the community post. So the first question is from Stromiswell, who says, personally battery is fine, but I'm facing bit of heating issues when doing nothing that could cause heavy load on CPU or GPU, and then the performance issue as always since OxygenOS 12. If I talk about ideally device heating up, so that's not the case on my OnePlus 8 unit. We know since we got the ColorOS code base with OxygenOS, we see a lot of heating issues on the devices, but right now it's summers, so that could be a reason your device is getting heated up. But in my case, when the device is idle, it doesn't heat up. Then the next question is from Shubham, who says he's having issues with the Buds Pro. Left earbud is dead. It's too much buggy since 1 or 2 months. So what do you mean by buggy, Shubham? Let me know that first. And if you have any kind of issues with the buds, if it's still in warranty, then I would recommend you to visit service center. Another question is from Sheikh, who is asking about the battery and HDR support in Prime and Netflix application. So battery will be covering in the later part of the video, but HDR support in Netflix and Amazon is already there. So here you can see Netflix app do have the support of HDR content. Tamir is asking about the display issues. So yes guys, display issues were the most seen on OnePlus 8 series. So I don't recommend you guys to update your device until unless your device doesn't have any kind of dents on it. If there are any dents, service guys will reject your replacement of free screen. So avoid updating your device. But if your device is in proper condition with no dents at all, then you can update your device with no issues, because OnePlus do offers free screen replacement, and we have also done a dedicated video which you guys can see on the screen. Before updating your device, make sure to watch that video. And the last question is from Prakash, who says 5G data switching to other SIM when on call. Yes, this also happens with me on my OnePlus 8. I have tested with Jio SIM card and Airtel SIM card. I'm not sure whether it's an issue with 5G connectivity or it's related to OS. So guys, these were some of the questions which you guys asked us on the community post. Now let's talk about few bugs which I encountered. So there are few major issues which I have noticed, and by God's grace that bug right now appeared on my device. So here you can see the screen brightness is completely gone down, and this always happens with me on my OnePlus 8. You can see the brightness slider is at almost 50%, but it always happens on my OnePlus 8 that suddenly the brightness drops, and until unless I touch this slider, the brightness won't increase. So let me show you guys. See, I'm not moving the slider, I'll just touch it. There you can see. See, brightness is back to normal. So this is a major issue, and you can also see the video recording on the screen. That always happens with my device. So I managed to record the video, and by God's grace this appeared while shooting the video too. So this is one issue which I have faced. Again, you can see the brightness have gone down and the slider is at the same place. And the second major issue which I encountered on my OnePlus 8 is related to charging. First of all, device takes a hell lot of time to charge now. And another thing which I'll show you. So I have the screenshots. So in this particular screenshot, you can see I started to charge my device at 130. That time battery percentage was at 4%. At 3.4, 96%. And after that, it was stuck at 96 for a very long time. So I finally gave up and disconnected the charger. So to fix that issue, I had to restart the device and again kept on charge to completely charge. So these were the two major issues which I have found on my OnePlus 8 during my usage. And now let's talk about the battery segment. So here I would say battery is slightly improved on OnePlus 8 after this update. I'll show you the SOTs. So here you can see with my normal usage, first SOT was 4 hours and 38 minutes. Generally, I used to get between 3:45 to 4 hours or 4 hours 15 minutes, but this time the battery backup is way lot improved. I'll also show you the second SOT where I got around 4 hours and 39 minutes of SOT with 2% of battery remain. Talking about the charging speed, I started to charge the device at 10:47. That time the battery percentage was 6% and the charging was completed at 12:13. So it took approximate 1 hour 20 minutes to charge. The other cycle which I showed you guys, you have seen that the device had taken almost 1 hour 45 minutes, but still it wasn't charging beyond 96%. So in my usage, battery backup is good enough, but the only problem with this new update is the charging speed. And now talking about the camera improvement. So with this update, there were no noticeable changes in the camera segment. I still clicked few pictures and pictures were good enough as I have been seeing on my OnePlus 8 series. The dynamic range is good, HDR works pretty well, and there are a lot of details too. Nowadays in Bangalore, weather is kind of gloomy, so you won't be able to judge more on dynamic range. Overall, I am satisfied with the camera quality which is still being present on OnePlus 8 series. I don't see much of color shifting while switching between all the three lenses. These are the samples which you guys can take a look. Selfies are also decent with good dynamic range and more details. And a lot of users have been complaining about the 4K at 60 FPS stutter issue. I personally did not find any kind of issues on my OnePlus 8. Sometimes yes, there is a slight lag, but it gets fixed within the initial 1 or 2 seconds. And now at last, let's talk about the performance part. So as we all know, since the merge of ColorOS codebase, OxygenOS is not performing that good. So I personally play Battlegrounds Mobile India. I did test out on that also. And other than that, I also tested out a new game called Grid Auto Sports. It comes with an heavy and intense graphics, and during my gameplay of that particular game, I did notice with the initial lap, device did provide 60 FPS, and in this game if you see, CPU and GPU usage is constant, but this doesn't happen in games like Battlegrounds Mobile India. So I think that game also requires a bit of optimization. It's not only OxygenOS who is responsible for poor BGMI performance. That game also needs to be optimized. And as I said, if you see this Grid Auto Sports gameplay, here CPU and GPU both are used properly during the entire gameplay. And when I started the game, the device was constantly giving 60 FPS, but once that device started to heat, because it's a very intense graphic game, and device started to heat in the first lap itself. And once the device temperature increased or goes above 40 degrees Celsius, I did notice a lot of frame drops. At the end of second lap, OnePlus 8 was delivering somewhere around 45 or 50 FPS, and later it did not go above 50 also. So yes, this is a software optimization what OnePlus have done, wherein if your device heats up, device will automatically drop the performance. And now coming on to the conclusion. So overall, with this particular update, I'm only satisfied with the battery segment and the camera segment. Though camera segment doesn't have any kind of improvements, but it's okay. The performance is same as previous builds. But the charging speed is a major concern. And this brightness issue is not from this build. It's been there from ages, which I have already mentioned in my previous videos. So you guys let me know what all bugs you have been facing on your OnePlus 8 series with this latest build of OxygenOS, which is version 0.581. As of now, only this much in this video. I hope you guys gonna like the video. If you like the video, then do give us a thumbs up, and also if you're new to our channel, then do not forget to subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.